Congress returns to Capitol Hill, but not for long. With no movement toward ending the stalemate, part of the federal government remains closed, with workers growing more concerned. Karen Kaifa has the latest from Washington.
No votes scheduled, and per an ally of President Trump, no end in sight.
At this point, it looks like we could be in for a very long-term shutdown.
Both the House and the Senate gavelled in Thursday afternoon and gavelled right back out minutes later.
The House stands adjourned
amid a third attempt by a House Democrat to get Republicans to consider the government funding bill passed by the Senate before the president insisted on attaching border wall money. Democrats telling the president to stop the political games.
The wall is a symbol for him and his base. It's not a serious proposal to deal with border security, and we don't want to play that game.
The president saying it's Democrats playing the games, tweeting Thursday evening, "This is only about the Dems not letting Donald Trump and the Republicans have a win." Hundreds of thousands of federal workers are caught in the middle. More than 420,000 working without pay until the government reopens, another 380,000 furloughed.
And these are real families, real people, real hardworking American people with real families and real financial obligations, and they had the carpet ripped out from under them.
And Washington uncertainty not helping Wall Street volatility. After a 1,000-point surge Wednesday, the Dow dropped more than 600 points Thursday before a late afternoon bounce back to finish the day in the green. In Washington, I'm Karen Kaifa.
Attorneys for entrepreneur Elon Musk are asking a court to throw out a defamation suit against him. Musk is being sued by Vernon Unsworth, a diver who helped rescue a Thai youth soccer team stranded in a cave earlier this year. The suit comes after an exchange between the two on Twitter. Unsworth ridiculed Musk's plan for saving the boys with a mini submarine. Musk replied, speculating that the diver was a pedophile. Musk's lawyers say in the motion that Twitter is known for hyperbole and no reasonable reader would have taken Musk's tweets seriously. Unsworth's lawsuit is asking for more than $75,000 in compensation plus punitive damages. Family, friends, and political leaders are mourning the loss of the nation's oldest World War II veteran. Richard Overton died in Austin, Texas yesterday afternoon at the age of 112. He was also the oldest living man in the U.S. Overton volunteered for the Army in 1942 and joined an all-black aviation engineering unit. He later served throughout the Pacific, including Okinawa and Iwo Jima. Overton said in recent years God gave him a long life, but he still enjoyed some vices, including the occasional sip of whiskey and puffs on a cigar. You can find them at any grocery or drugstore, bottles of Biotin. It's a popular supplement many women take to improve their hair, skin, and nails. But as our Mallory Anderson tells us, this vitamin could be putting you at risk of missing important and life-threatening diagnoses.
Biotin is not toxic or harmful to the body, but it does interfere with labs and it can lead to misdiagnosis.
Misdiagnosis for major health screenings and labs that could spot a heart attack and hormone tests for thyroid issues. Not long ago, Dr. Aldasuki saw out-of-control lab results for one of his thyroid patients.
13.1, very high.
I had some issues with my labs being extremely high. We figured out that the biotin may have been an issue with the labs. We retook them, and then the labs were normal again.
While Elise is lucky they were able to catch the biotin issue with her labs, some other patients have not been so fortunate.
There was a patient who went to the emergency room with chest pain, and the doctors thought that she had a heart attack or myocardial infarction. They did the blood test called troponin, and it came back normal, so they let the patient go, and unfortunately, I believe she died.
That troponin test should have been very high and positive, but the biotin affected the results, making them negative. Thankfully, there's an easy way to prevent these issues. Stop taking biotin at least 3 days before you know you're going to take a blood test, and always be upfront with your doctor.
Definitely let your doctor know that you're taking that or any other supplements so that doesn't interfere with the lab results, because you could have some underlying issue that the doctor doesn't know about or you don't know about.
That was Mallory Anderson reporting. According to health guidelines, the normal daily requirements for biotin are around 30 to 100 micrograms a day. Typical biotin supplements contain 2,500 to 5,000 micrograms in a single pill. You should let your doctor know if you take an everyday multivitamin before any testing.